from the food folder, are the sequences here. First two localizer, then PD says, and the others. And there is also routine protocols. So I will select from the routine, and first the localizer is running. There is two localizer. The first one is only transverse localizer, and the second one is sagittal, coronal, and axial localizer. The first localizer is running now. So I will plan the second localizer on the first localizer. So this is the first localizer. So I am planning the second localizer, and there is sagittal slices, coronal slices. So I have just changed the view. So this is the second localizer. Couple graphics on, and angle the slices parallel to the foot and click apply. And now the second localizer is running. The second localizer will take 15 to 18 seconds, and I am waiting for that. And now the second localizer images have come. I am checking the images on the coronal view, and now I will open the T1 sagittal and plan the T1 sagittal. This is a T1 team sagittal. So I am planning the foot for the sagittal on the coronal and transverse images. So angle the slices on the transverse image so that on the sagittal image there is a box appear. If you want, you can increase the field of view like I am doing here. I have select 250 millimeters so that the whole foot is covered in the field of view. And also in the coronal image, plan the slice parallel to the metatarsal bones. You can take additional localizers if you are not satisfied in this localizer. So I have completed the planning for T1 sagittal and T1 team sagittal, and for T1 sagittal I just copied the planning from the T1 team sagittal. I am copying the planning from T1 team sagittal. So this is the copy plan that I planned for T1 team sagittal, and click apply. So my two sagittal sequences have been planned, and I am also increasing the field of view for T1 sagittal, and click apply. So this is the T1 team sagittal image that I got from the first sequence, and you can rotate the image like this in 90 degree. I'm checking the images that is there any pathology. Now I am planning for T1 transverse. So for transverse sequence, plan on the sagittal and coronal image. So angle the slices in the sagittal image that will be perpendicular to the foot or metatarsal bones. So plan the slices over the midfoot, or if there any particular pathology you see, plan over this. By changing the images, I am making sure that the slices are in perpendicular with the foot and metatarsal bones. And on the coronal image, the slices will also be perpendicular to the metatarsal bones or the foot. And then click apply. And now PD facet transverse open and copy the planning from the T1 transverse by select and series, slice and set resolution, and click apply. And now T1 transverse open, and then again copy the planning from the previous transverse planning, and then click apply. So my 3 transverse protocols have been planned, and now the coronals are remain. So there is 3 coronals. So for coronals you have to plan like this on the sagittal image, and the coronal plans slices will be parallel to the foot or metatarsal bones. So here my one localizer is axial localizer, that is over the ankle joint. So you can retake the localizers and set the slices on the foot where the foot bones will appear, and then it will be easy to plan for coronal. I have decreased the slices to 25 and planning the PD facet coronal. So I am planning on the sagittal image, and by changing the image I make sure that the slices are parallel to the metatarsal bones. And click apply when the plan is completed, and open the T2 coronal and copy the planning from the PD facet coronal that we planned last, and increase the field of view to 200. and also in the check the axial images. Now I drag the T1 sagittal image and making sure that the plans for coronal is parallel to the metatarsal bones. And for T1 coronal plan, copy the slices or planning from the T2 coronal and increase the field of view to 200 and then click apply. So all the protocols have been planned, and now it's time for filming. So this is the T1 sagittal. I will rotate the image to 90 degrees so that it will in proper orientation. Now select the series for PD fat set sagittal and then send it to the filming, and in the filming select the layout 4x6 so that the 24 images are set in the filming, are set in the film, and adjust the contrast of the image and slightly zoom pen so that the images are perfectly set in all the segments, and also keep a reference image in each segment and the patient's information. Select the T1 sagittal series and send it to the filming, and this is also 4x6 layout film. That means the 24 images are set here. So there is two films that I prepare. One is T1 team sagittal and one is normal T1 sagittal. And after adjusting the contrast and zoom pen, I have printed out the films. And this is a T1 axial images. You can see that the T1 axial transverse protocols have been scanned and the images appeared. So I again open the PD fat set coronal for planning, because I will plan on the proper image of the T1 axial, because on the T1 axial I can see the bones of the foot, so that I can angle the slices parallel to the bones of the foot or metatarsal bones, so that the slices are in proper angle with the foot to get a proper coronal image. So you can wait for the axial images, proper axial images T1 or T2, then plan the coronal images. So I will again plan the coronal images and copy the planning from the PD fat set coronal for T2 coronal, and I will again open the T1 coronal and again copy the planning from the T2 coronal, so that all the coronal protocols are in the same plan. So all the protocols have been planned, so there is no protocols to be planned, and the scan will be automatically running one by one. So here is the black line. So the black line in the protocol means that this protocol is scanning. So right now the PD fat set transverse protocol is scanning, and in the left bottom corner you can see the timing. So this one is a T1 axial sequence. Now I will print this sequence. I am checking the images so that there any pathology I can see, and also I am observing the anatomy, the ligaments and tendons and the bones, muscles, Now select the series and send it to the filming, and also find the reference image of this protocol and also send the reference image. So you can angle the reference image like I did here and send it to the filming. I have selected the 5x6 layout so that the 30 images can set in the film, and I have to delete one for to fit the reference image in the film. So I give the reference image at last and zoom pan the images so that the images are fill up in the segments, and also adjust the reference image of the transverse protocols, and make sure that all the segments have the information, patient's information and the parameters information, and you can adjust the contrast also by the mouse and print the images. So this is a this is PD fat set axial. So you can see the fat is saturated here, and select the series and send it to the filming and also the reference image. And now in the filming, select 5x6 layout so that 30 images set in the film. And for reference image, I have to delete one image. So I have deleted first one, and the reference image comes in the last one. So this film is made with 5x6 layout, 29-foot axial images and one reference image. So after adjusting the windows and zoom panning, print out the film. So in Siemens MRI, it's very easy for filming process and also the exam. So I print out the film, and now the T1 team track scan is running. So if you want to show the ankle joint and calcaneum, so you can plan like this. Now I am planning for ankle joint, so that I place the slices in the back side of the foot, including the heel and the calcaneum and also the ankle joint. I am scanning this protocol additionally to show the ankle joint also. So this scan will restart at last. That's why I placed it at the bottom. This is the T2 team track. And this one is a PD fat set coronal. So I will select the series and send it to the filming, and I also send the reference image to the filming. So this is the reference image for the coronal. You can send the sagittal reference image or the axial reference image. So any one will be selected. So I make the film 5x5 layout so that the 25 images are fit here in the film. So this one is a coronal image of foot, PD fat set coronal. So you can see the bones are dark in the fat set, and also the fat is saturated. The muscles are also a little bit gray in the fat set sequence. So after the proper zoom panning, so all the foods including the toe will be shown in the film. So you no need to show the calcaneum or ankle joint here, because this is MRI foot. And this one is the T1 coronal. You can see the beautiful coronal image of the foot. All the toes are shown here. Now select the series and send it to the filming, and also the reference image of the sagittal film. Now select the film layout 5x6, 5x5, so that the 25 images set in the fit in the film, including the reference image. So 24 foot image and one reference image, that is 25. So I printed two coronal images now, and the PD fat set coronal is running for ankle joint. So right now I am planning for sagittal sequence for the ankle joint, because the doctor advice was MRI of foot including ankle joint. So I will take additional sequences for additional 2 or 3 sequences for ankle joint, but the main MRI was MRI foot. Now I am planning for the ankle sagittal. So this is a T2 team sagittal for ankle. I am taking additionally, because the doctor advised MRI of foot with ankle. So in this situation, better you have to plan both the MRIs separately, because the MRI foot planning is and MRI ankle planning is different. So patient will bill for 2 MRIs. So if they completed the bill for foot and the doctor wants to see the ankle, then you can take some additional scan of ankle joint. So now I am filming the coronal image, PD fat set coronal for ankle joint, to show the calcaneum also and some portion of ankle joint. So you have to ask the patient what is the location of his problem in the foot or ankle. So then focus on this region. Adjust the contrast of the film. This film is a 5x5 layout. That means the 25 image will fit in the film, including the reference image, and print out the film. And now T2 team sagittal is running for ankle joint and calcaneum, and this is the sequence. You can see that a very high resolution ankle joint and calcaneum image. Now I have to rotate the image to 90 degrees for proper orientation. Now you can clearly see the ankle joint and the calcaneum and also the Achilles tendon, and then select the series and send it to the film and find the reference image for this and it will be this on the coronal image. And now in the filming, change the layout to 4 into 6 so that 24 images can set here, including the reference image. Now zoom pan and adjust the window and contrast of the images. Sometimes error notification comes in the machine, so drag it down and do your work. Adjust the contrast of the image and zoom pan so that the images are fitted in the segment. And make sure that the patient information, all the information in at least one segment. I prefer first segment to give all the information of the machines and the parameters and patients. I take time of doing adjusting for the contrast, and after I satisfy, and then I print out the film. Printed out the film, and my MRI has done, and close the patient. Thank you.